Good morning, everyone. Today is the 22nd of May, 2026. And on behalf of our back chairman, Ade Ian Clemente, who joins us online, I'm Engineer Patrick Sabala, your Vice Chair. And today's procurement activity is the Private Conference for 6 civil works projects. And before proceeding with the Private proper, may I call an engineer team to establish if we have a quorum.
Morning po. For today, Prevics conference, we have a forum headed by our Vice Chairman, Engineer Patrick Vincent D. Sabala, AORBD Castro, and online via Zoom, Engineer Roel R. Ronquillo. For BAC DWH, present today are the members, Engineer Reggie A. Yuson, Engineer Carmela B. D. Castro. For BAC Secretariat, headed by Engineer Katrina M. Lacanlale, Engineer Jessa M. Diaz, Engineer Charlie B. Almario, Engineer Christine Joy G. Baleo, and Mr. Mark Philip M. Malabanan. No observers and prospective visitors attended online and physically.
Your engineer team. So having a quorum, let's proceed with the Private proper. So I stand corrected. It will be one goods and services contract and 5 civil works projects. So for the first contract, which is the goods and services, Engineer Reggie.
Contract ID number 25 BC 17, procurement of construction equipment roads, safety supplies, and office IT equipment for the use of DPWH Bataan Third District Engineering Office. Approved budget for the contract 9,999,889 pesos and 60 centavos. Location, province of Bataan. Contract duration 30 calendar days. Issuance of legal documents May 15, 2016 to June 4, 2016. Reading, ay, 2026 pala. Reading documents fee 10,000.
And Reggie.
List of item required. One set of global navigation satellite system equipment. One set of electronic total station. One lump sum of indoor LED wall solution. One unit of gutter platter. Reflective sticker. 16 roll of engineering grade prismatic white. 20 by 50 yards. 16 rolls of engineering grade prismatic yellow. 20 by 50 yards. For road marking paint, 15 bags of thermoplastic paint white, 15 bags of thermoplastic paint yellow, 12 bags of glass beads, 14 liters of primer, 15 gallons of reflectorized paint white, and 15 gallons of reflectorized paint yellow.
So for the provisions for the common for goods and services projects in accordance with the new procurement law, RA 12009, all bidders should have completed within 10 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instructions to Bidders or ITB. All bids must be accompanied by bid security in any of the acceptable forms in the amount stated in ITB Clause 16. In addition to the project requirements under ITB Clause 12.1H, bidders shall submit as part of their bid the latest General Information Sheet (GIS) reflecting the beneficial ownership information or the BOI duly filed with and stamped received by the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC. This requirement shall apply only to legal entities such as corporations, partnerships, private sectors, organizations, foundations, and associations. In compliance with Section 82, Declaration of Beneficial Ownership, the implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act Number 12009. Bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass-or-fail criterion as specified in the RRR. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorships, cooperatives, and partnerships or organizations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to the citizens of the Philippines. The contract shall be awarded to the lowest calculated responsive bid in accordance with Section 61 of RA 12009 and its IRR. Interested bidders may obtain further information from DPWH Bataan 3rd District Engineering Office and inspect the bidding documents at the address given below from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. during weekdays. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders from May 15 to June 4, 2026, 10 a.m. from the Procurement Unit, Bataan 3rd DEO. It may also be downloaded free of charge from the website of the PhilJeps and the website of the procuring entity, provided that bidders shall also pay the applicable fee for the bidding documents not later than the submission of their bids. Bid must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the DPWH Bataan 3rd DO Temporary Headquarters, DPWH Bataan 2nd DO Compound, Balanga City, Bataan on or before June 4, 2026 before 10 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bid opening shall be on June 4, 2026, 10 a.m. at Bidding Room, Procurement Unit, DPWH Bataan 3rd DO. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the activity. DPWH Bataan 3rd District Engineering Office reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA number 12009, without incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. For the goods and services contracts, are there any questions or clarifications? The PACSEC, WG, PAC member. So having none, let's move on to the civil works projects. Engineer Mela.
Contract ID number 26CO0032, Network Development Program, Road Widening, Secondary Roads, Gov. JJ Linao Road, kilometer 146 plus 000 to kilometer 146 plus 604, kilometer 153 plus 058 to kilometer 153 plus 700. Approved budget for the contract, 64,780,450 pesos only, located at Bagac, Bataan. Scope of work, road concrete. Contract duration, 210 calendar days. Required pickup license, category for medium A. Issuance of bidding documents, May 15, 2026 to June 4, 2026. Bidding documents fee, 50,000 pesos. Major category of work, RCP, roads construction, PCC. The minimum work experience requirements for key personnel are the following: 1 year of general and relevant experience for project manager. For project engineer, must be PPE DPWH accredited. For material engineer, must be MB1 DPWH accredited. And for foreman, one must have 1 year of general and relevant experience. For major equipment, 1 unit dump truck, 12 cubic yards. 1 unit of water truck, 16,000 liters. 1 unit of cargo truck, 9 to 10 metric tons. 1 unit boom truck. 1 unit motorized road grader, G710A. 1 unit payloaders, 1.5 cubic meter or 1.95 cubic yards. 1 unit vibratory roller, 10 metric tons. 1 unit backhoe, 0.80 cubic meter. One test of laboratory equipment based on DO number 11, series of 27.
Engineer Jessa.
For contract ID number 200033, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, access roads and/or bridges from the national roads leading to major or strategic public buildings or facilities. Construction of Silio Road at Barangay A. Ricardo to Barangay Binukawan, Bagac, Bataan. Station 0 plus 000 to Station 1 plus 476. Approved budget for the contract,
46,130,560 pesos. Location, Bagac, Bataan. Scope of work, road concrete. Contract duration, 210 calendar days. Required pickup license. Category of B for medium A. Issuance of bidding documents. May 15, 2026 to June 4, 2026. Bidding documents fee, 25,000 pesos. Major category of work, RCP, roads construction, PCC. The minimum work experience requirements for key personnel are the following. Project manager with 1 year general and relevant experience. Project engineer must be PPE DPWH accredited. Material engineer must be MA1 DPWH accredited. Foreman with 1 year general and relevant experience. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. 1 unit of dump truck with a capacity of 12 cubic yards. 1 unit of cargo truck, 2 to 5 metric tons. 1 unit of motorized road grader, 140 HP. 1 unit of vibratory roller, 10 metric tons. 1 unit of water truck, 16,000 liters. 1 set of laboratory equipment.
Junior
For
Tin.
For contract ID number 26C00034, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, access roads and/or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of roads, Barangay Luacan, Dinalupihan, Bataan, Station 0+00 to Station 0+257, with approved budget for the contract of 4,659,930 pesos only. Location, Dinalupihan, Bataan. Scope of works, road concrete. Contract duration, 60 calendar days. Required pickup license, category of C and D for small B. Issuance of bidding documents, May 15, 2026 to June 4, 2026. Bidding documents fee, 5,000 pesos. Major category of work, road construction, PCC. These are the minimum work experience requirements for key personnel. For project manager, 1 year general and relevant experience. Project engineer, PPE, DPWH accredited. Material engineer with 1 year general and relevant experience. Foreman, 1 year general and relevant experience. For the minimum major equipment requirements, backhoe, 0.80 cubic meters, motorized road grader, 140 HP, vibratory roller, 10 metric tons, dump truck, 12 cubic yards, water truck, 16,000 liters, cargo truck, 2 to 5 metric tons, and for laboratory equipment, 1 set based on DO number 11 series of 2017.
Junior Charlie.
For the fourth project, contact ID number 26CO0035. Emergency and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, multi-purpose buildings, facilities to support social services. Construction of multi-purpose buildings sa Saing, Bagac, Bataan. For the approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos. Location, Bagac, Bataan. Scope of work, multi-purpose building. Contract duration, 120 calendar days. Required pickup license, category of C and D for small. Issuance of bidding documents, May 15, 2026 to June 4, 2026. Bidding documents fee, 5,000 pesos. Major category of work, buildings, construction without pass, low-rise concrete frame, 1 to 5 stories. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. 1 year of general and relevant experience for the project managers, PPE, DPWH accredited for the project engineer. 1 year and 1 year general and relevant experience for the material engineer and for the foreman. For the minimum major equipment requirements are the following. 1 unit of dump truck, 12 cubic yards, 200 horsepower, and a laboratory equipment, one set based on DO number 11 series of 2017.
And that project.
For the fifth project, contract ID number 26CO0036, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, multipurpose buildings or facilities to support social services, construction of multipurpose building, DPSC Bagac, Barangay Pag-asa, Bagac, Bataan. Approved budget for the contract, 12,375,000. Location, Bagac, Bataan. Scope of work, multipurpose building. Contract duration, 210 calendar days. Required pickup license, category of CND for small P. Issuance of bidding documents, May 15, 2026 to June 4, 2026. Bidding documents fee, 25,000. Major category of work, BICWOPLS, buildings, construction without piles, low-rise, steel frame. For the minimum work experience requirement, for the project engineer must have at least 1 year of relevant, general and relevant experience. For the project engineer must be at least provisional project engineer DPWH accredited. For the material engineer, 1 year of general and relevant experience, and foreman, 1 year of general and relevant experience. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following: backhoe, 1 unit of backhoe, 1 unit of dump truck, 1 unit payloader, 1 set of water truck, and 1 set of laboratory equipment based on DO number 11 series of 34.
We thank you for the provisions common for civil work projects. All bidders should have completed within 10 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a similar contract to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instructions to Bidders or the ITB. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms in the amount stated in ITB Clause 16. Prospective bidders must be registered with and classified by the PCAB and must possess a valid PCAB license specifically required for each project. Bidders with a PCAB size range of medium A who are participating in the procurement of projects with an ABC of more than 30 million but less than 150 million shall be required to submit a valid ISO 9001:2015 certification or its latest applicable version as part of their bid in accordance with the Department Order number 110 series of 2024 of DPWH. Contractors or applicants who wish to participate in this bidding are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works application at the DPWH Procurement Service, 5th floor, DPWH Building, Bonifacio Drive, Port Area, Manila. While those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated, the contractor's eligibility to bid on the project will be determined using the DPWH contractor profile eligibility process and subject to further post-qualification. Information on registration can be obtained from the PRS during working weekdays from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. or at the DPWH website www.dpwh.gov.ph. In addition to the project requirements under ITB Clause 12.1H, bidders should submit as part of their bid the latest general information sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly filed with and stamped received by the Securities and Exchange Commission. This requirement shall apply only to legal entities such as corporations, partnerships, private sectors organizations, foundations, and associations. In compliance with Section 82 of the implementing rules and regulations of the new procurement law. Bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as specified in the RRR, otherwise known as the New Government Procurement Act. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorships, cooperatives, and partnerships, or organizations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines. The contract shall be awarded to the lowest calculated responsive bid in accordance with Section 61 of RA 12009 and its IRR. Interested bidders may obtain further information from DPWH Bataan 30 Engineering Office and inspect the bidding documents at the address given below from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. during weekdays. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders from May 15 to June 4, 2026, 10 a.m. The Procurement Unit, Bataan, 3rd DEO. May also be downloaded free of charge from the website of the PhilJets and the website of the procuring entity, provided that bidder shall pay the applicable fee, the bidding documents not later than the submission of their bid. Bid must be duly received by the Back Secretariat through manual submission. The DPWH 3rd DEO in temporary headquarters, DPWH Bataan 2nd Compound, Balanga City, Bataan, or online or sa electronic submission to the electronic bids underscore Bataan 3 at dpwh.gov.ph on or before June 4, 2026, 10 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bid opening shall be on June 4, 10 a.m. at Bidding Room, Procurement Unit, DPWH Bataan 30O, and or via Zoom, which shall also be live streamed on the procuring entity's official YouTube channel. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidder's representatives who choose to attend the activity. DPWH Bataan 30O reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to a contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA number 12009 without incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. So are there any queries from the BACSEC, TWG, and members? Having none, on behalf of our BAC Chair, Ade Ian Clemente, this private conference for Bataan 30 is now adjourned. Thank you.